That is a game I have no interest in playing.
Range Wilson.
One day, when I was on a hike looking for photography sites that would work well with a nude model, I met a lesbian named Barb. Barb was in her late 40s and was hiking with a female friend of hers who was around the same age. They gave me some advice on the surrounding terrain and then ended up joining me on a hike to a couple of potential photography sites. It turned out Barb was a frequent hiker, and since I was looking for a companion on my own hikes, we ended up exchanging phone numbers. Barb was a teacher at a public school, and other than being in a committed relationship with another woman, she led a life that was largely traditional. She had a wide circle of friends, and over time I got to know several of them. One was a woman named Denise, who was in her mid-40s. This was a different Denise from Annette's friend, who I had some adventures with in earlier videos. Like the first Denise, the second Denise was well established, with a nice house and a stable job. All she really needed was a man. And it turned out I spent some quality time with the second Denise, but as friends only. One day we went to see a movie at an upscale art house theater, then spent a long time back at her house talking afterwards. Another day we grilled up some food on her deck, opened a bottle of wine, and had a very nice evening just talking. Throughout all of this we did not get physical at all. If we were going to end up in a relationship, we were going to be friends first, which everyone says is the best way to do things. But another woman had entered the picture, and she was very different from Denise. I had decided to reactivate my Match.com account, which had kicked off the adventures that I have been describing in my series of life videos. This time around, I ended up connecting with a woman named Michelle. Michelle was right around 30, with a look that was straight out of a 1980s music video. Teased bleach blonde hair, deeply tanned skin, a model quality face, and a nice tight body. Michelle also had a story that was straight out of a music video. From what she told me, she had moved to the area from Bulgaria, where her and her man at the time had barely escaped the clutches of an organized crime syndicate. She was now starting over in an apartment up near Denver. I wasn't sure that I completely believed this story, but if nothing else, Michelle was interesting. We had a very nice dinner, made out in the parking lot for a while, and then agreed to meet again soon. The next weekend, I drove up to her place, and we had another very nice dinner in her apartment. We talked for a long time afterwards, and she finally invited me to stay the night on the condition that we not have sex. I was perfectly fine with that. As I said in my last video, sex is not all that important to me. I know that the so-called pickup artists say that when a woman tells you something like this, she actually wants you to seduce her and overwhelm her with desire and end up having sex with her after all. But that is a game I have no interest in playing. The reward is low and the risk is very, very high. When Michelle said she did not want sex, I took her at her word. We slept in the same bed, fooled around a little bit, but otherwise I stayed the night without having sex with Michelle. Meanwhile, back in Colorado Springs, the lease was running out on the house that I had been renting with Yvonne. She was moving back to Albuquerque, and I already knew that it made no sense for me to try to join her there. Instead, I faced a choice between these other women. Barb and Denise represented stability. Not boring, straight-laced stability, but a true circle of friends. People I enjoyed spending time with. People who I could join at a rock concert like we did when the Gin Blossoms came to town, without worrying that one of them was going to shoot up or freak out. Because I truly enjoyed spending time with this circle of friends, did that mean I should settle down in Colorado Springs, find a normal job, and just live my life like a normal person? Or should I roll the dice with Michelle? She could be a partner in crime as I continued to pursue a life of adventure. Even if the Bulgaria story wasn't completely true, we still had quite a bit of other things in common because she had led an unsettled life like me. She was somebody who could truly understand me, and that's not something I find too often. We could forge a life together, have a series of adventures, and whatever happened, we would always have each other. I'm still not sure what the right choice was, but I went for a third choice, none of the above. I decided to go ahead with my plans to move back to Los Angeles and try to make it as a screenwriter. Tune in next time to find out what happened when Carly finally got naked during our photo shoot. I'll even include some photos for you. If you do not want to miss that video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. My name is Range Wilson, and I'll see you next time.